Oscar De La Hoya talks about how Ryan Garcia should come back to the ring and also takes a shot at Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we got some news here with Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. Basically, they're talking about Ryan Garcia on why Ryan Garcia should come back to the ring of the sport of boxing. But now it's got to the point that they're talking about that Ryan Garcia seems to not be interested in the sport of boxing anymore. And here's my take on the whole situation. Oscar De La Hoya stated, he tweeted out, whatever you guys want to call it, but he tweeted out saying a statement that we're hoping that Ryan Garcia returns to the ring. Can't control what goes inside or outside the ring. We just hopes that Ryan Garcia returns very soon. We know he has an injury, and he was just talking about how Ryan Garcia should return back to the sport of boxing. And Canelo Alvarez also stated the same thing as well, that Ryan Garcia isn't motivated. Ryan Garcia only cares about the social media followings and all this other stuff. And Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez had times that Ryan Garcia, they actually had to get him out to come to the gym because he's just not focused on the boxing anymore. And Oscar De La Hoya, stated that you can never trust a guy like Canelo Alvarez or something like that. He's basically saying that Canelo Alvarez is he's turning your back on you for saying the stuff that he said about Ryan Garcia and stuff like that. And Canelo Alvarez, he's not saying anything that to offend Ryan Garcia. He's just telling Ryan Garcia the truth, man. He's just not dedicated to the sport of boxing and stuff like that. And it's crazy to me that Ryan Garcia is in the phase of his career doing this to himself, because he's already stated that he's talking about retire within 5 years. And it makes absolutely no sense why he wants to retire at the age of 28. And 28 years old, you'll still be in your prime, and you could get these big fights throughout the rest of your career. But by Ryan Garcia having a big social media following and having a lot of followers on YouTube and Instagram and maybe Twitter, Ryan Garcia does not care about the sport of boxing. Okay, we've seen Ryan Garcia cloud chase off a lot of boxers' names, like Gervonta Davis. He went on Mike Tyson podcast saying that he was going to knock Gervonta Davis out within 3 rounds. And he said he was going to knock out Gervonta Davis within 3 rounds. And it's crazy to me that Ryan Garcia, he said he was also going to fight Manny Pacquiao as well. And he was lying on Manny Pacquiao's name, saying this will be a good fight to make. And Manny Pacquiao had came out and said that, sorry guys about that, but Manny Pacquiao team came out and said, stop using my client's name and we will sue you for everything you got. Basically, that's what they said. And Ryan Garcia had to stop promoting Manny Pacquiao's name. And also, he had the same situation with Devin Haney, that when Devin Haney pulled up in the ring after he won this fight, Devin Haney says, if you want to be the real champ, you got to fight me. And Ryan Garcia says, no, I'm the real champ. I had the belt. And then he was trying to convince Cal, say, we want Tank. And Ryan Haney looked at him like, what? So this is obvious that Ryan Garcia does not care about the sport of boxing. When you have 9.1 million Instagram followers, I think that's what he has, you clearly doesn't care about the sport of boxing. Maybe Ryan, like I said before, maybe Ryan Garcia figure out how to translate those Instagram followers into dollars, And I'm sure he doesn't need any money or anything like that, because he's getting a check on YouTube as well. So obviously Ryan Garcia could be set for the rest of his life. But if he does do anything about boxing, he just post videos or do skits or whatever now on TikTok, whatever Ryan Garcia do. Ryan Garcia cares about the social media world. He doesn't care about the sport of boxing. And Oscar De La Hoya always want to take shots at Canelo Alvarez because Canelo left Oscar for all the stuff that he did and stuff like that. But Oscar De La Hoya was trying to turn the tables here by saying that Canelo Alvarez was taking shots at Ryan Garcia and saying you don't care about the sport of boxing, you just care about social media. We had dragged you out the team. That's what Oscar De La Hoya was trying to tell Ryan Garcia. See, you can't trust Canelo Alvarez because he'll turn your back on it. So Oscar De La Hoya was trying to take a shot at Canelo Alvarez. I don't see it as taking a shot. I just see that he just don't like Canelo like that. But this is crazy that Ryan Garcia is doing it to himself, because Ryan Garcia is a decent boxer. He's not a great boxer. He's a decent boxer, and he's in the discussion to fight these top lightweight. But it seems to me that he doesn't care about boxing anymore. He just cares about the social media area and stuff like that. But I just don't understand Ryan Garcia at all. I don't know. Maybe he feel like the social media and stuff is better for him. I think if he stay committed to the sport of boxing, he could be much greater. But Ryan Garcia also stated, guys, that he was also having somewhat of problems with Oscar De La Hoya because he couldn't get certain fights and stuff like that. So who knows, maybe Oscar De La Hoya is protecting Ryan Garcia because he feels like Ryan Garcia is an important investment. But we don't know what goes on in Golden Boy. Golden Boy has a tendency to protect certain fighters. Looks like they are protecting Virgil Ortiz from Deron Ennis and talking about we need to wait 4 years and stuff like that. So, it's just crazy to me. But the point of the matter is, Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez takes the criticism of Ryan Garcia not being committed to the sport of boxing. And who knows what's next for Ryan Garcia. Maybe he might retire super early. Maybe he might retire at 26 or 25. We don't know what's next for Ryan Garcia. But hopefully, he made his money. Well, I don't think he made enough money, but he made somewhat money. And maybe he can use that money to make more money and wish them big stuff in the future for him. But I'm not a fan of Ryan Garcia, but it's just sad that, like Canelo Alvarez said, you got a talented guy like him, and he's just letting all that talent go to waste. But with that being said, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.